Welcome guys, welcome to Clover Bella Vita by Jean-François Piège here in Taipei. I'm Gildas, the chef de cuisine here in the restaurant, and today we're going to do a recipe with the local beltfish. Follow me. Okay, so over here we have the local beltfish that was just caught in this morning. So it's also called a beltfish due to its super long size. So these fish are super long, the meat is absolutely beautiful. So what we're going to do today is blend it for our recipe. We found a way. We're going to blend it, make a mousse, make a nice little biscuit, very soft, and you don't have to worry about the bumps. So let's get started. Bill, fresh ice please, full of ice. Okay. We're gonna start by removing the head of the fish. Now we've removed the head of the fish. Because it's too long, we're going to cut it in half. Right. So this way it will be much easier to fillet. And now we're going to fillet the fish. We want to go from top to bottom until you hit the middle bone. And once you hit the middle bone, you kind of edge over it to finish the other side. You can see the meat of the fish is very white, it's very clean, very beautiful. Now we're just going to go through. Okay, and now we're going to do the other side. Voila. So now we've filleted our beltfish. We're going to remove the meat off the skin so we can process it to make the nice little fresh mousse. So you want to start from the tail and go at an angle, very slight angle. Voilà. And just glide your blade, let your blade do all the work. Voilà. So now we've got all our fish meat here, which we're going to blend with egg whites and a little bit of cream. We're going to keep our meat on ice, keep it very cold, very fresh. We're going to season now with a little salt and a little pepper while it's still on ice. To this we're going to add our egg white for the mousse. Okay, so now we're going to start blending this and then add the cream slowly and gradually. Now we're going to add our blend of fish mousse and egg white into the robocoupe. Voila. We're going to give this a blitz first. And now we're going to slowly add the liquid cream. And we're going to add a little piece of butter in the end. The butter is going to help to make it even smoother. Looks okay. Now we're going to stop and have a look. So as you can see, it's rather smooth. Okay, so now we're going to pass through a sieve, through a tamis, to make sure it's completely smooth. Okay. Now this is finished. We're going to put it on ice. And now our fish mousse we're going to put in a piping bag. Okay. And just close the piping bag, and then we've got our fish mousse ready for next step. So here's for the next step of the recipe. We have some bread toast here, which we're going to cut. Okay. We keep the bread trimming to make it, so it's a very soft bread toast, almost like a brioche. And here we're going to take our rings. It's a 10 centimeter rings, which we butter on the inside and wrap with plastic film So we're going to start by putting one slice of bread at the bottom. And now we're going to pipe our fish mousse. And we're going to cover with the top half our beltfish here. Wrap it a second time. 85 for 1 hour. Then we're going to cool it down and finish the dish. Let's go. Okay, so the next step over here, we're going to start the sauce. The sauce is a classic Beurre Blanc. So we're going to start with some shallots, reduce down with some vinegar, some white wine, some white vinegar. And once it's all reduced down, we're going to add the butter slowly, step by step. And then we're going to strain it and finish it with some dill and trout roe. Very classic sauce to go with fish. So we're going to start by adding a generous amount of chopped shallot. Adding our white wine. And white vinegar. For the white vinegar, we like to use a white balsamic, which is going to be a little sweeter. So now we're going to reduce this all the way down. We're going to add a touch of cracked pepper, mignonette. Okay, so now we're going to slow it down and we're going to add a little bit of cream. In this case, Isigny cream, heavy cream from Normandy. Always nice to start your Beurre Blanc with a touch of cream. It's going to help stabilize the sauce because we're going to add a lot of butter, and the fact that we add a little cream in the beginning is going to help to stabilize. So after adding the cream, you bring to a boil again. And now we're going to add the butter. So the butter needs to be cold and cut into even-sized pieces like this. It's starting to smell very good already. So once you start adding the butter, the sauce should not boil anymore. It should be hot, should be warm, but don't boil it, or you risk that the sauce will split. So all the wonderful aromas of the reduction with the shallot and the vinegar is diffusing into the butter as we whisk it in. And then we're going to strain it in the end. Okay, now we're at where we want to be. We're going to stop adding butter and we're going to strain our sauce. So we're just straining our shallots out. You want to make sure you press on that to get all those aromas out into your sauce. Just give it a little taste. That's very good. It's sweet, salty, sour. It's exactly what a Beurre Blanc should be. So we put it on the side for now, and we'll reheat it later when we're ready to plate. So for our next step, we're going to prepare our Zucchini Mille-Feuille, which is the little garnish for our beltfish. So we have yellow and green zucchinis. We're just going to layer them together one by one, using some of our fish mousse to stick the layers together. So you really want to make sure you don't put too much mousse in between each layer. It's really just enough to stick together. Always making sure you stay on the edge, making sure not to overflow with your mousse. So now we're going to cut and we're going to fold it in half. You want to trim the bottom half and then trim to make it straight. There you have the Zucchini Mille-Feuille. So this we're going to steam together with our fish. So it's ready. It will be ready by the time we start plating. Get our fish and our Zucchini Mille-Feuille, which should have finished cooking. We're going to remove from the plastic wrap and prepare it to be pan fried. So you want to press down on the sides very gently. Voila, perfect. So now we have the beltfish. You can see it's very soft, but still holds and has texture. So we're just going to cut it in half. And now we're going to pan fry to make it crispy. So to cook our fish, we're going to use clarified butter. Basically butter that we've slowly clarified to remove the casein, the milk particles. And in we go. So you want to keep an eye at this stage until it becomes golden brown, and that's when you want to flip it. Let's see how it is. It can be a little bit more. So here we're good to go. Remove the fish from the pan, and we're almost ready to plate. Okay. So now we're going to finish the sauce. We're going to need to chop some dill and add some trout roe into our Beurre Blanc from earlier, and we'll be good to go. So we don't need a lot of dill. I'm just going to pick some away. Make sure it's very fresh and very green. Always freshly chop your dill, your herbs in general. You will gain in flavor, freshness. Okay. And now here we go into the sauce. Beautiful trout roe. It'll pop in the mouth and add it to the briny feeling of the dish. Before we plate, we're going to add the sauce in a nice copper pot for serving. We're going to brush our Zucchini Mille-Feuille, just a touch of olive oil, a sprinkle of sea salt, and then we're going to delicately plate on the plate next to each other. Table side, going to serve the Beurre Blanc with dill and trout roe. So there you have it, our crispy beltfish with Zucchini Mille-Feuille and the dill and trout roe Beurre Blanc. Bon appétit!